Hey guys, it's Tina Rose and we're back again with another video, and this time we'll be having a girl chat. But before we get into that, you better make sure that you go down and you subscribe, right? You want to subscribe before we get into the tea. So this girl chat, well, first I'm gonna show you guys my hair. So these are Bohemian faux locks that I did on myself. Yep. And I'll show you guys. Period. And I did these ones myself. If you guys want a video on how I did these before I take them out, make sure you comment down below and I'll give you guys a video. In this girl chat, we're going to be talking about my message, my theme for this summer, okay? But before we get into it, I am going to do my eyebrows, okay? For some reason, whenever I do my eyebrows on camera, they just don't come out how I want them to. So I might just like skip and then we're going to get into the next part, okay? But just to let you guys know, so I do use the Ardell Professional Dark Brown Brow Pomade. And I use like, the first like this. And we're back. So I now have my eyebrows on. It's not giving twins, it's more so giving like cousins. You know, that second removed cousin, but we're gonna move, okay? So after this, I'm gonna go and put on primer. So I use the Marshmallow NYX primer. I've been using this for a while and it definitely is like my favorite primer that I've used so far, especially because I don't really have to have any issues with me being oily in the summer or dry in the winter whenever I use this. I feel like it really blends in my makeup really well together. So we're gonna do that. All right. And then we're gonna get into this topic. So for me, I have been saying since the beginning of the summer that this is gonna be my summer of enjoyment. And I mean that in like every way possible. That this is gonna be a summer of not allowing myself to be frustrated, not allowing myself to be stressed, not allowing myself to be worrisome or any of that. This is a summer to just be living my best life. And I've been living my best life for a while, but you know, sometimes your girl, you know, be in her bag a little bit. But this is the summer of enjoyment. That's what I call it, the summer of enjoyment. And I'm just gonna talk about what that looks like for me and how that can be for you, okay? Because there's no reason we should be stressing. You know, there's enough things to worry about in the world that, you know, there's this thing on TikTok where people say that they're just being delusional. When I first heard that, I was like, I don't really get it. I was like, all right, like you can only be so delusional before you look like crazy. But they was on to something. They was on to something, okay? And I think it's like you get to this place where you're not crazy. It's not mental illness now. It's not mental illness. But it's where you begin to like have this understanding of yourself and life, and no one can tell you otherwise, right? I like that. No one can tell you otherwise. And it's like no one breaks that bubble for you. First of all, no one can break that bubble from you unless you allow them to. But no one can break that bubble because it's your own thinking of your life. It's like if you tell a girl, like me, I'll keep saying to the end of the world, I'm thick. And I'm joking, right? I'm joking. I'm like, I'm thick. But you know what? Some of these days, I really do be looking real thick, okay? And I'll be like, okay, girl, I see you. And no one can tell me otherwise. Like, that's the type of thinking that I'm on, where it's like no one can ruin my day, nothing can stress me out unless I allow it to. And then if I can allow and not allow things to stress me out, then why the hell would I be sitting around just being stressed all day? You always realize that the things you worry about the most really don't matter in the next 6 months, year, tomorrow. Like, they just don't matter. And with us having this summer of enjoyment, I'm gonna talk to you about some things that I feel like are very important for you to think about and to consider. All right, so first off is that you need to prioritize yourself. And I say this every single time you have a girl chat. I say this every single time. You have to prioritize yourself. You have to. You have goals in your mind that are important to you. They're not going to be important to your boss. They're not going to be important to your coworker. They're not going to be important to your friends sometimes. They're important to you, and that's cool. And that's amazing. But you have to stop settling and putting yourself on the back burner. I think I say this all the time, but one of my favorite things to say is no, I'm not coming. No, I'm not going. No, I'm not adding that to my schedule. No, I do not know how to do that. I'm not going to pretend I know how to and be stressed out for the next hour. No. And it's like, especially if you grew up or you're the type of person that you're always putting people first, you're going to always be stressed out because you're constantly saying yes when you should be saying no. Someone's asking for money, you don't want to give it to them. It don't even matter if you have the money. You don't want to give it to them, but you're saying yeah because you're like, oh, if it was me, if it was you, they would not give it to you. If it was you, they would ask you, why are you asking me? So why are we trying to now put that person before yourself and like it's literally doing nothing for you? Let's be realistic. So I feel like every person has to get to a place where they stop just doing everything to please other people, because at the end of the day, these people do not care. Like, you have to set those boundaries and you have to tell people no and stand on that. Don't fold. Don't embarrass yourself and fold. Stand on that. If you block them, stand on that. Stand on that. So I also say you want to try out new things that help you to understand yourself better. You've never left your city before. You've never traveled. You've never tried different food. There's just so much about yourself that you don't necessarily know. You have to open yourself to explore new things. So like, for you to get in a space where you're able to really enjoy, to really have enjoyments, you have to also release yourself from the shackles of toxic people. Let's say that again. You have to release yourself from the shackles of toxic people. And I mean that in like every way possible. If you keep talking to this one friend and you feel like at the end of it, you are so drained, you are over it, you feel like this when you get off the phone, there is no reason why they should still be in your life. There is no reason why I should be around people that generally don't wish good for you. I feel like a lot of the move in silence culture is because people don't have good people around them. Like, there is no reason why I should have to hide everything because, I gotta move in silence so nobody knows what I'm doing. If you have to do that, then that means you don't have people around you that you actually can trust. Because why is it a problem for them to know that you got a car? Why is it a problem for them to know you're in a relationship unless they're good people around you? Like, just think about that. That don't really make any sense. Because the people around you, I'm not even talking about Instagram, the people around you, you should trust them enough to allow them into your life because they're your friends, right? So it's like you have to release yourself from these shackles. Like, even if it's family, release yourself from the shackles. And not on like we got beef, when they come around, it's no. Release yourself from the shackles of you having expectations for them that they do not meet, and then now you're being disappointed every time that you have an interaction with them. That might not be that you never see this person again, but why are you going out of your way to call people that don't have good intentions for you? Why are you going out of your way to say happy birthday to people that you don't even like? I feel like at the end of the day, you have to leave people where they're at, and especially you have to leave them where they had you messed up. Because a lot of people, we give them a lot more grace and act like they don't know what they're doing. But the reality is that they do. And now that you have seen it, you have to move accordingly. And you have to give yourself that peace at the end of the day. A lot of people, especially when they're toxic, they will steal your peace if you allow them. And that's not fair to you. Because realistically, why would you want to go to sleep with your stomach all feeling funny because you just had a conversation with this person or this person did something again, and now you have no one to really, you can't hold them accountable. You can hold yourself accountable for what you are now going to do now that you know this information. And one thing about me, I'm a snip. One thing about me, I'm a snip. I'm not sorry. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to disappoint myself. It's like, I would feel so bad. I don't feel bad anymore. I don't feel bad anymore. A lot of people like to have revolving doors into your life, and you have to like literally just cut it off. You gotta stop it. Because if you don't, they will continue to do it. Just like I'm continuing to let the concealer dry, they're gonna continue to do it in and out. They're gonna do a little happy birthday DM to get back into your life, and before you know it, it's the same situation because you're expecting the person to be different than they were before. Why? Stop imagining all these scenarios where you're Megan and you're driving a boat and all this type of stuff, but you won't go outside. You won't go outside. How is it supposed to happen? So it's like, you have to stop imagining. You have to stop talking about all the things you want to do. You've been talking about going back to school for like 3 years. Are you gonna go? Are you going to go? Anything? Or are you just talking about it? You've been talking about all these things, and it's like, now we have to get to a place where we gonna be about the action, okay? Like Beyonce said, we gonna be about that action. And just be sitting there daydreaming about a life where our boyfriend buys us flowers. Go find you a man that's gonna do what you want. It's not a bunch of settling. So you have to be about that action. I'm not saying like you got to be a little delusional. Thing that you're picturing in your head, you're the only person stopping you. So for me, I was a little indecisive about grad school or continuing school. And I was like, I can sit here and just think about it so much, or I could do something. And look me, I'm about to start school soon. We'll talk about that in another video. But I'm gonna start school soon. So it's like, you have to make it happen. So I'm like, every day, I'm gonna be in a great mood. And even if I'm not in a great mood, we gonna be fine. We gonna laugh it off. There was a lot of irritating things that happened this week. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even that mad though. Like, there's bigger things to be mad about. And my boyfriend was laughing at me. And I'm like, no, I'm dead serious. Like, there's bigger things I could be upset about. So I'm not gonna be upset about these small things like this. I'm not gonna be upset about these small things. Like, they don't matter. Let's move on, okay? Let's move on. So you took that test, you didn't pass it. Let's move on. So you wanted that guy, and he wasn't applying pressure, and you in your head you was just like, oh nah, like that's the one. That's the one. It's like, all right, move on. Like, sometimes we need that reality check. Like, some things just like don't matter as much as like experiencing things right now. Like, when will I ever be this young and this hot? Like, ooh, into the blush. So that's how we gonna live, and we gonna walk into the summer of enjoyments. Okay, so I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup, and then we gonna close this video out. This is the final look. So just to wrap it up, this is our season, not just my season. This is your season, our season, to really be able to tap into a summer that we enjoy. And let's have a conversation in the comments below. Let me know how you're trying to have your summer enjoyment. Make sure that you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and let's have a chat in the comments. You know what's really crazy? I forgot to spray my face, so we're gonna do that now. All right, so this is the final look. So make sure you guys comment down below. Let's have a little conversation about the things I talked about today, and let me know how you'll be having your summer of enjoyment. I'm going to go down and make sure that you subscribe, okay? And I'll check you guys in the next video. Bye.